I think you all are safe and healthy at your homes. Students, we were doing chapter I and we have done different parts of human eye. I have told you each and every part of human eye and what are their functions. And I think you must have known till now that how to draw the human eye and what are the different parts of human eye, isn't it? And what are the functions, why they are very important of us. After that we have completed different type of eye defect. In the eye defects I have told you that myopia, and myopia was also given the name short sightedness or near sightedness, isn't it? And what was the cause? The cause of this was that excessive curvature of eye lens when it increased and elongation of eye bone. Okay, and what was the correction? How we can correct it, myopia? By using concave lens of suitable power. After that we have done hypermetropia. Another name given to hypermetropia is long sightedness, isn't it? And we can correct hypermetropia by using convex lens of suitable power. Okay, then after that we have completed presbyopia, and I have told that this presbyopia normally is a eye defect which increase when there is any person is of old age, isn't it? Due to weakening of ciliary muscles, this presbyopia is seen to be in the person, those who are adults. Okay, at the age of 50-60 this presbyopia starts, and I have told you that we can, by using bifocal lens, we can easily get rid of this presbyopia and we can have the exact image of any object in front of us. After that, two more eye defect I have explained you. One was color blindness. In color blindness, a person cannot identify between different colors, although he can see the things easily, but in distinguishing between two different colors it is very difficult for him. Then I have told you cataract. Cataract was the eye defect in which there will be a formation of cloudy layer on eye lens, and after that the person is not able to see the things easily, and only remedy for it is surgery. We can remove that cloudy layer which was found on the eye lens and cataract can be removed. Okay, so I think all the 5 eye defects are clear to you. Now today we are going to start new concept, that is refraction of light by triangular prism. Students, you must know that what is prism. First of all, the prism should be clear to you, and you know that it is called triangular glass prism. Why? Since it have 2 triangular base and 3 rectangular lateral surface. Okay, due to presence of 2 triangular base and 3 rectangular lateral surfaces, which these surfaces are inclined to each other. Okay, and therefore it is called a triangular prism, glass prism, and the angle between 2 lateral surface is called angle of prism. Students, this all angles and everything we are going to do in a class when I will take separately this refraction of light by triangular prism. Now we will discuss first of all that what is dispersion of white light. As you all know, refraction, you know that whenever light travels or from one medium to another, then it bends. Okay, sometimes it bends towards the normal when it is coming from rare to denser medium, and sometimes it bend away from normal when it is coming from denser to rare medium, isn't it? Refraction phenomena you have done in light chapter also, but now today we are going to do the refraction through glass prism and dispersion of white light through a glass prism. Students, whenever a white light is allowed to fall on one lateral surface of this prism, you can see here, if I let fall this white light on AB and draw normal to it, then you can see that the white light get splits up into 7 different colors. Okay, so dispersion is a phenomena of splitting a ray of white light into its constituent color or wavelength is called dispersion. Okay, so dispersion phenomena is clear to you, I think. Splitting up of white light when it pass through a prism. So this type of phenomena is called dispersion. Okay, and you can see the band of 7 different colors is formed, and this band of 7 different color from violet to red is called spectrum. What it is called? Spectrum. And one acronym is also given to learn this, that is VIBGYOR. VIBGYOR. You can see here it is started from violet and end up in red color. Okay, at different colors the constituents of white light are split after coming out from the prism. On one side we are falling white light, and from other side we can see the 7 different colors, which show that this white light is composed of 7 different colors. I think the dispersion phenomena is clear to you, and spectrum, band of 7 different colors. Okay, then how we can say that the white light comprised of 7 different colors? Students, you can see here we have taken 2 prisms and which are placed inverted to each other. One prism side I have taken A, B, C, which is kept upward, and another prism I have taken in the inverted position. You can see A dash, B dash and C dash. Whenever white light fall on the surface of AB, then when it comes out from surface AB, it is of 7 colors. And when these 7 colors fall on A dash, B dash, again they recollect and form a white light when they are coming from A dash and C dash, which show that the white light is consist of 7 different color. Student, you can must have made that Newton disc also, and then that in on that Newton disc you must have seen that 7 colors are painted, and when we move that 7 discs more fast, then the 7 colors recollect together, and when it is on very high speed, then what will happen? It starts showing white color, isn't it? So that also show that the white color is consist of 7 different colors. Okay, and many phenomena work on it. For example, rainbow. Yes, you have observed rainbow many times. It is the natural spectrum which is caused by dispersion of sunlight by tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere after a rain shower. You must have seen rainbow in your life many times, and when you see this rainbow after a rain shower, and it will be always opposite from the sun direction, isn't it? So rainbow, here the white droplets are acting as a prism. Okay, and whenever this sunlight fall on it, then it start dispersing the white light into 7 different colors. Or we can say that the incident sunlight with suitable angle of incidence is refracted. How it is refracted? As you know that these water droplets are another medium, and when light from rare to denser, when air to water, when it enter, then it means refraction takes place, and inside the dispersion also takes place, and finally when it get refracted out from the raindrops, it will show 7 different colors. Collectively we can see the band of 7 different colors in the form of a rainbow. And what is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is dispersion and internal reflection. Different colors reach the eyes of the observer due to this such type of phenomena. If student, it is very important question. Many times the examiner ask you that what is the sequence of phenomena followed in case of rainbow. And what you will say? First of all, atmospheric refraction takes place, then internal reflection takes place, and after internal reflection there will be this dispersion of white light, and after dispersion it will, when it come out, it will be again refraction. Okay, atmospheric refraction, then internal reflection, then dispersion, and after dispersion again refraction. So this was the sequence followed by rainbow. Okay, now I think this is clear to you. Rainbow phenomena is clear to you. Then how the rainbow is formed? You can see by this arrow also. See, then sunlight is falling on a raindrop. You know that raindrop is not so much large in the size, but to explain you the phenomena, we have taken the raindrop at a very big size, isn't it? And you can see when sunlight enters, sunlight means white light is entering the surface of prism, and prism is here raindrop. Then all this atmospheric reflection, internal reflection and dispersion, and again atmospheric refraction takes place, and due to which it reaches to our eyes in the pattern of 7 different colors. And whenever such type of questions are asked, you are advised always to draw the diagrams to make your answer more effective or impressive. Okay, now what is atmospheric refraction? Refraction we have read, but whenever this refraction of light takes place in earth atmosphere, then at that time it is called atmospheric refraction. Okay, there are so many phenomena due to which atmospheric refraction can be easily observed. First of all, flickering of object above a fire. Whenever a fire is in front of you, you can see that the object above the fire and object behind the fire, they start flickering, they start appearing flickering effect to our eyes, isn't it? How it happens? It happens due to the apparent random wavering or flickering of object can be seen. Why? Since whenever there is fire, the air become hot. Hot means is it become rare, isn't it? And whenever the light fall or travels from rare medium to denser, it always bend towards the normal, isn't it? And when it come out from the rare to denser to rare, then it will become what? Towards away from normal. So due to this phenomena, you can see the air just above the fire become hotter, okay, than the further up, and the hotter air is lighter than the cooler air above, which brings slightly difference in the refractive index of this both the air. Okay, and due to this physical conditions, you can see the object flickering just above the hot substance. Okay, so I think it is clear to you, atmospheric refraction. So next is twinkling of star. Twinkling of star, students, also dependent upon the same atmospheric refraction. You sometimes you see how this twinkling effect is created. Sometimes you see the star light is very dim, and sometimes you see the star light is very bright, isn't it? This brighter and dimmer effect as a whole bring twinkling of star to us. Okay, when this sun, you know that sun is also a type of star. Whenever the light start from star, then it have to cross many different layers of atmosphere. Okay, sometimes the layer was denser, sometimes the layer was rare, isn't it? Due to which the atmospheric refraction takes place, and sometimes it appears, the stars appear slightly higher as compared to their actual position. And not only this, they sometimes appear brighter as well as lighter. As a whole, they bring twinkling effect of star. Okay, so what is the phenomena behind the twinkling of star? That is atmospheric refraction. The different densities of layer will give different refractive index, and due to all this the stars appear twinkling to us. So I think the phenomena of this is also clear to you. Next, one more thing I want to discuss here with you, that planets did not appear to twinkle. What is the reason behind it? Can anyone tell? The planets, do they have their own light? No. The planets do not have their own light, isn't it? Then how they have light? They reflect the light from stars, isn't it? And we know that the planets are much closer to Earth, and all, you can see so many extended source can be seen on planets. Means all stars are sending their light to Earth. As a whole, what will happen? The planet will become a source where there is collection of large number of point size light sources. Okay, and which nullify the effect of each other. We can say the total variation in the amount of light entering our eyes from an individual nullify the twinkling effect. That's why the planets did not appear to twinkle, whereas the stars appear to twinkle due to the phenomena of atmospheric refraction. So I think this phenomena is clear to you. One homework I am giving you, that you have to explain that how the advanced sunrise and delayed sunset is related to this atmospheric refraction. And in next video we are again going to revise this atmospheric refraction along with different example. Till now, thank you. Have a nice day.